Hello, everybody! Today we are revisiting the Ozarkia region. And I know it's been a long time. I had put it off to focus on my Black Creek Pirates series, Season 1. Then forgot about recording this. I have multiple things for recording, so expect multiple uploads. Or at least an upload each week if I just remember to record. Uh, The reason why I haven't been recording lately is because my computer, specifically the laptop that I use to record, well, first it broke the hard. You remember how it got broke, and then after it was fixed, I had to reinstall recording software. Got the OVWAS alert. I realized that EAS broadcasts usually don't say what's in the middle of the screen before actually saying the instructions. Usually they're just that ah ah. Anyways, then my computer screen broke by a flippin' earbud. It was in the back of a car, in a bag. The only thing that could have broken it was a literal, one of the earbuds. Anyways, I have now made shinies for all the Pokemon that haven't gotten shinies. If I remember correctly. Might have missed one. Anyways, this is the map I'm using as a basis. Looks like West Virginia, but including parts of Arkansas. Why? Because I like Arkansas. As you can see, that's where it gets the name Ozarkia from. It's the Ozarks. The map of Ozarkia will become more detailed over time. This is the grass type starter stage 1, Wendebark. Look into its soul. That's a shiny. That's not the shiny. I made the shiny Wendigo, like the true North American legend of the Wendigo colors. Here's because I based the design off the Europeanized version. Wendebark is a grass dark type Pokemon. It is said those who look into its pitch black eye will see their fate. Or the literal 3D. Okay, I guess it's not 3D. I was gonna say a 3D optical illusion that looks like a falling pit, but it's not there for y'all for some reason. In the camera screen, its signature move is Copy, where it does the exact move the opponent will do, but twice, and has a 5% chance to inflict confusion on your opponent. Ignore that. That was just the colors I was using, so I wouldn't forget it, because my computer was being annoying. Marker Spin! I decided to go for a purple color for the shiny. The water psychic type Marker Spin is a Pokemon with lots of headaches. It is said the more swirls it has on its pattern, the more powerful its psyche is. Its signature move is Swirl, a move that has a 15% chance to make the opponent confused, while dealing anywhere from 10 to 100 damage, with a 95 accuracy rate. But if you know him in JTV, yes, that's a shout out. I just remembered there's another YouTuber I was gonna shout out, but I forgot the YouTube channel name. I told them I would shout out. So, if you remember him in JTV's words, if it's not 100% accurate, it's 50% accurate. As in it either hits or doesn't. There is Fight Cub. I know it's barely different for Fight Cub, the shiny. Yeah, it's kind of in a rush, and yeah, Fight Cub's shiny line is terrible. Look, I had to include at least one terrible shiny, okay? Don't worry, sleep. Firefighting type. Fight Cub is not actually a normal fighting bear. Its skin is glowing hot, and no one knows what it actually is. Its signature move will be Unfair Play, where it does 2 moves a turn and always goes first, no matter the speed of a Pokemon. Now, you might be confused. That's because I accidentally messed up the wording. It's supposed to say ability. And it only does that once per battle. Well, here is Where to Go, combination of Werewolf and Wendigo. Not sure why. Wertigo is a very strong one compared to other Pokemon in the second stage. There's a tale of a Wertigo using its claws to cut open Pokemon and feed. And here it is. Here's the shiny. More spot under the eye. I must have forgot to color it in. Mocha Spin. Mocha Spins have these stumps, and these stumps can wiggle, which is surprising. Look, I know these dex entries are kind of like lackluster, but I wrote these a while ago. They're already in a video. I am not going to change them. Oh, oops. Braille. Yes, that's the actual pronunciation. The word... Why does that say world? That... Oh, correct. Oh, I hear my twin coming. Okay, guys, what happened was my twin had to go use the restroom, and I had to go watch the potatoes. Man, my brain is not working today. Braille. The world... That's supposed to say a word. Is a mix of bear and brawl. Bear fighting. This Pokemon has lit its ears on fire, and no one knows why. And there's also have tears and rips in their skin, which show complete blackness. Now, you might be asking, why is the only thing changing in the purple shiny, the color purple on its ears? Look, I was under a mental time crunch, and there needs to be at least one bad shiny in this entire thing. Well, actually, no, it's two. Wendigo! Mix of Wendigo and Decay. Look at its green heart. Oh. Wow, that's weird. Looking at the camera and just realized. Do this. Light. Do this. Dark. Huh. This grass type Pokemon has been rotting for a while now. And the only he now started showing its part plant body. He growing own vines. But keep it together. To be honest, I pity this Pokemon. Also, that's not supposed to say ability, that is supposed to say move. Its new signature move is the K, where it makes the opponent start losing a max of 1/8 of its max HP each turn for 6 turns. But when the K loses 1/2 of its max HP to do this. Also, I only just started recently incorporating stats. These guns are gonna get some soon. Simandon have shed their snake skin and become salamanders. Do not ask. Its new ability is Lucid Dreams, where anytime an opponent's Pokemon is sleeping, Simandons do 3 times more damage than normal. Fire. See? I told you it would be a bad shiny. You don't think that changes the fire? Its new ability is Melting, where it and all its teammates are immune to burn, freeze, and poison effects. Not sure why I named it Melting. Repulsive, the Venom Spider Pokemon. Now you might be asking, there's no difference. There is. That's green. That's purple. So... This this poison bug Pokemon is almost entirely poison. It said its ancestor was also the ancestor of a Paras line. But these ones evolved to be poisonous to a fungus, meanwhile the regional variant of Paras takes a different approach. Ozarkia and Yamask, a ghost rock type. You're gonna see soon that all of the regional forms I make, for some reason, look good when they're like this, but not good in the evolution. This Yamask has lost its mask in the mountains of Ozarkia, but it has found a diamond, which has changed its type to ghost rock type. Its shiny is holding a blood diamond. Aura Regus, or is in the occurring name that ends with Regus usually, as in Cough Agregus. What was the last one called? I forgot what the Galarian evolution of Galarian Yamask was. What again? Runarigus? Yeah. Aurigus is a haunted gem Pokemon. This ghost rock type Pokemon is a rock with arms and spikes made out of diamond. And other gems, they are constantly being hunted by Sableye. Yeah, I'm sorry for a terrible shame. Samo, the Legends Pokemon. Dark-type Pokemon Samo is a legendary Pokemon. It's not actually legendary because even though it's strong, it has no legendary status. It's just a folklore. It's one stage pseudo legendary though. Also, it is extremely rare. And sorry for the bad shiny. I made it entirely black. What did you expect me to do? Don't talk about Origus. That one was different. Hammering. Hammerings love to hide in holes and smell flowers on the ground, but okay, that's supposed to be say Snorlax, but are constantly watching for Ozarkian Snorlax to make sure they survive. Hummelings help Hummerings into the trees when the Hummerings are hungry, and foods near the Hummerings and Hummelings are the early year-out birds of the Ozarkia region. Wait, let me read that again. Hummelings help Hummings get into the tree when the Hummerings are hungry, and the foods near the Hummerings and Hummelings are the early out birds of the Ozarkia region. I dare you to say that 5 times fast. Snowly. Snowleaves love to hide in snow. When they hide, they grow depending on which type of snow it evolves. Snowmation holds them hard snow. When holding hard snow, they are very territorial, so don't touch their territory. Its ability is Frail Zone, where it's immune to all type attacks except Steel, Dark, Fairy, Psychic, and Dark Dragon. Not Dark Dragon type attacks. Grotle. Grotles evolve from Snowly when holding the Powder Snow item. They are extremely weak, and the only reason why someone would get them is for the Pokédex. A giant chocolate chip cookie. Also, that one was accidental. Here's the Oriarch. Sorry for the terrible shiny, it's barely noticeable. Even I barely see it. And sorry for the lackluster fame. Yes, they created a new Pokemon. Do not ask how. Here's Ozarkia and Sableye. As you can see, this is the start of the new ones. Because this one was the last one I had made before starting new ones. This Dark Steel Pokemon lost its ghost typing to better hunt the Ozarkian Yamask, and used their steel claws to cut off pieces of the Ozarkian Yamask's diamond, leading to that Yamask having a broken evolution. This Ozarkian the Ozarkian Sableye has patches of skin shown under its steel-like coating. Its signature ability is Darkened Metal, where its evasiveness increases by 15% in caves or at night. This is also where I started including stats besides Samo, because Samo's both physically and mentally special. And just because Sableye doesn't have evolutions, they have Mega Evolutions. Here is Diamontar. To be honest, I was thinking of giving Sableye like a Paradox form originally, because Paradox form seems to be just like mixing, well, specifically the past form seems to mix the Mega Evolution and the third stage. Or at least that was before Legends EA. Also, look onto their soul, they're staring. Diamontar are the evolution of Ozarkian Sableye after beating 5 Ozarkian Yamask while at level 20. As you can see, they have a sort of rivalry. Diamontar are known for hiding in the shadows until people come near and they cut their victims into pieces. They inhabit the caves and around the Diamond Crater in Ozarkia. Their signature ability is still the same as earlier. And your Strike or Die. I had made that shiny before I'm thinking, wait, I probably should keep it with Line. Now you might be mad. Striker Eye inhabits only the Diamond Crater of Ozarkia, and is found nowhere else in the world. It seems something here allows him to evolve. It's finally completed its metal coating, and its eyes are like prisms now. The gem in its belly is entirely white, like a gaping hole. I'm sorry for the change in shiny. I suggested to change the green to a deep purple to make them better hide in caves. Wait, no, that's strong. Balance is strong. I did not... Okay, I forgot that I put that there. That was wrong. I made the purple first and then the green. Not sure how that happened. That was supposed to say, I'm sorry for the change in shiny. I was suggested to change the deep purple to a green to make it fit with the last two. Perhaps you need some Ozarkian Sableye? Let's get this to become a meme, guys. And this one a rarer meme. Shiny Ozarkian Sableye. And here is Ozarkian Paris. Well, trainers of the upper regions brought Paris into Ozarkia because, as you know, the original Paris evolved into Repulsive, that last venom bug. The Ozarkian people and conservation groups bought eggs of Paris and scrubbed the fungus off each one, leading to the Paris being born without mushrooms, which are already behaving different than other Paris, being more active, happier, and having more energy in general. Don't ask about that one. We don't talk about that one. As you can see, the main difference is I removed their fungus. I also removed the little... if I remember correctly, a little claw right there, but I don't think I'm right. Now, to explain the evolution I made, and why it's a parasite, is the fact that Paris is based off a cicada nymph, and also parasite, the only thing that changes is it getting bigger and the mushroom taking full control. So, it's a cicada nymph, which is a bug that lives on the ground, so I had to make it a bug ground type. Also, don't judge me, I'm not good at making fake mon designs that are evolutions of regional variants compared to the regional variants. Yes, I know it looks a bit bad, but don't judge me. This Pokemon is an underground dwelling Pokemon that has covered its body in dust that blocks fungus from getting in. It's usually on the roof of caves, because the dust makes it blend in. Blend in. Why did I say bleg? Parasig. As you can see, it's still pretty weak. But look at those eyes. Have I stared to your soul? Why am I like this? Ozarkian Snorlax. Now you might notice there's no Ozarkian Munchlax. That's because, just like Cubone in Alola, you don't have an Ozarkian... You don't have an Alola and Cubone, you have an Alola and Marowak, so what are this? It meant I didn't have to design another Pokemon. So yes, the entire reason for this was because I was tired of doing this right now. The original Snorlax has traded the chubby giant body to be a little bit taller than Munchlax. It's faster, stronger, and more active when compared to Snorlax, but not as great as Snorlax in defense. Also, they look mostly the same, except now their foot sticking out and never wearing boxing gloves. They evolve when holding the boxing glove item at level 20. Yes, I know that seems stupid, but level 21 base stat total. Of course. It's kind of a point that it's small and kind of friendly, but it is willing to beat you up if you hurt it. Because of fangs, I couldn't just have them evolve holding a fang item, because against punching gloves. Okay, I said if evolution wrong, it's you holding the boxing glove item after using bite 5 times without switching out. Hello, Joey's viewers! Do you like the hat? Larry. Ah! Get this. Next up is the fossils and preserver Pokemon. Unrestored and restored beak fossils. Unrestored and restored spine fossils. Here is Amber Preserver. This rock fairy type, which is actually, I learned is an unused type combo after making it. Also look, the gradient. For some reason the blue doesn't show the gradient as well, but let me tell you, it looks awesome on my thing. It looks like a topography map. Anyways, this Pokemon is known for its exceptional ability to remove a rock from fossils, leading to the original form and type. Some people have suggested bringing Observer to other regions to see what fossils actually look like when alive. As you can see, its base stat total is 500, but it's a one-stage evolutionary line. Was thinking of maybe giving it a Mega Evolution, but that would be an ideal for another day. Anyways, here's Cryfar. This is the... Okay, why do I have a restored form first? That's supposed to be unrestored. Oh yeah, now I remember why. But first, it's a water flying type. This evolved from that spine fossil. You can see it right there. And turns out, even though it's called a spine fossil, it's actually a paddle. Like the line to a paddle. It is speculated that in ancient times, Cryphor hunted and ate ammonite with a paddle-like appendages, leading to them easily catching up to ammonite and eating them like a smoothie. Its mouth is on the other side of it. No, I am not drawing the mouth. Here's the unrestored form. The sail fins this Pokemon used to have been rendered useless, as they are now weighed down by the extra weight and are no longer streamlined shaped, and also are completely rock. Like it's just a thin layer of skin, then rock. And here is Tolster. It's not a tongue monster, which is a extremely well preserved extremely well preserved fossil found in Illinois. And before you judge me, let me remind you that Illinois does have regions in the Ozarks. Anyways. Oh yeah, I forgot about this slide. Let me quickly show you it. Don't ask.
Hey Joey.
In the middle of recording, Larry, almost finished.
I have an idea for your munchlax. I mean, how's people supposed to figure that out?
Larry.
Yeah?
Just let me record my video. This is a water rock type Pokemon. This part with the rock type, with having a hard beak, and also the back fins being deformed. And here's the restored form. As you can see, it is significantly bigger, sharper tail fin, and its beak has teeth. These steel-type Pokemon use their tough beak and sharp teeth to rip and tear prey apart. They are the apex predators every time.
What's their prey?
Everything.
Even Arceus?
Larry, the Tully monster is based off the well-preserved... Tolster is based off a well-preserved Tully monster fossil in Illinois.
Wow. Seems dangerous.
It's found only in that one lake that was extremely much filled with iron. Anyways, I'll work on the rest. See you all later. And that is sort of a community post I was going to put up. Bye, everybody!